Couldn't we be happily ever after? Or always and forever? Or what about Luther? Alright, I draw the line right there. I ain't finna mess Luther up like that, right? But nothing like a love song to capture that feeling of love. And when you listen to that music, don't it just make you want to reach out, grab somebody, have somebody to hold close? That's because we are all love incarnate. You couldn't not love even if you wanted to. So let's talk about how to manifest love right here on Optimal Expression. Good people, this is my favorite, well, one of my favorite topics is love. We could talk, I could have a series all year on love. How dynamic is love, right? We all want love. We're all seeking love. We express love. We receive love, right? Because love is the pinnacle. It doesn't get any greater. We just want to experience love. As a matter of fact, 9 times out of 10, if you're trying to manifest something, the end result is love. You want something you can be in love with. You want someone you can love. You want something you can love. You want something to love. It's all about love, trying to manifest a life you can love, right? Man, so let's talk about it. Now, love is so dynamic. We can approach this from so many different angles. But I'm going to talk about a few angles in particular, love as it relates to companionship. Because that's really what I'm talking about, because most people, we go through life through different relationships, situationships, and now entanglements. Oh my God. I don't know how desirable entanglements are, but you can manifest that if you want to. Maybe I'll do a video about that. But when we're talking about the desires of your heart, a soulmate, a twin flame, right? Somebody to spend the rest of your life with, if that's what you want. The cool thing about love is that it's so broad. You can put whatever you want into it. So it starts with you. As always, it starts with you. What do you want? You got to know what you want. Be definite with the infinite. Love is no different. As a matter of fact, love is waiting on you. Love is waiting on you. Might sound crazy, but it is. If you want something, that's just a signal from the universe that it's available to you. Now, we have to understand how to come into alignment with that experience and that reality, and understand that it's not being held from us, but we got to do our part to make sure that we align with it. So we have to go to the basics of the beliefs, the thoughts, the feelings, and the actions. Now, the most important thing about love is self-love. And it's real tricky because so many people want love. It's because we want somebody to love us. And it's kind of paradoxical because no one, and I hope you can understand this, no one is gonna love you until you learn to love yourself first. So we have to do that inner work. And we have to work with these beliefs. We have to work with our thoughts. We have to get these feelings right and take the appropriate actions to make sure that first and foremost, that we love ourselves, right? Because you can't expect somebody to give you something that you can't give to yourself. You can't expect somebody to confirm something that you haven't confirmed for yourself, because the way life works is inside out, especially when it comes to love. People reflect to you who you are. So if you're getting an experience that is not desirable or that you don't want, It's time to look in the mirror and find out where we need to change. And we can start in the area of belief. What do you believe about yourself? Do you believe you deserve love? Are you worthy of love? Right? What kind of thoughts do you have in your head? Are you telling yourself nobody wants me? Are you telling yourself I can never have that? Are you telling yourself that's too good to be true? If you are doing these things, it's a really big reason why you haven't had that love that you want just yet. Okay? Knowing that the feelings align with the beliefs and the thoughts. It feels good to believe good things. It feels good to think good things. It feels good to know that nothing is being held from you. And you have to take the actions that are in alignment with those thoughts and beliefs to bring it all home. So when we are trying to manifest love, it's so loaded. Honestly, I don't even really know where to start. But we're going to freestyle right here. And I touched on those aspects a little bit for you because those are really important, right? But when we talk about the tools of manifestation, which are affirmations, imagination, and dedication, learning how to put those tools to work for us absolutely are going to work for us. But if you don't have that internal piece done yet, it's going to be more challenging, even if you're using those tools. Because that belief factor has to be solid. It's got to be solid. That you believe that you deserve love and that you believe that you're worthy. Right? Okay. So, I know many of us have been through situations where we've been in love before. We've had love before. And it's a wonderful thing, right? Isn't love the greatest drug? Because as soon as you have that loving experience, if you lose it, you want it back. At least I know I do. It's like going on a roller coaster. It's exhilarating, right? Now, those drops don't feel good at first. But when the whole ride is over, it's like, wow. Now, heartbreak is a mother. Oh my God. Emotional heartbreak is just as bad as physical pain. Even worse sometimes. Seriously. And it takes you just as long to recover. And we have to learn how to not carry that baggage from old relationships into new relationships, right? So that's where we have to learn to get the lessons from the previous relationships and understand that no matter what happened in those old relationships, it doesn't mean that the new one can't be better. It doesn't mean that we have to give up on love. Look, I'm a Scorpio, okay? I love so deeply, okay? I love so strong, it scares people away, okay? How you think it feels? Say, I got love right here. Come on, let me give it to you. They be like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. But you have to understand, those old situations are old situations. And every experience is a learning experience. Take what you can from it to make yourself better. Now, we all make mistakes. If something didn't work out, you probably did something. It was something on your behalf as to why it didn't work. Not on your behalf alone. It takes two. All right? If we got an agreement, if we got a relationship, if we together, one person messes up, the other person messes up too. It's usually a mix, somebody messing up here or there. Now, I'm not here to point fingers. I don't know your situation. Now, sometimes people just bogus, and they just bogus. And they do you wrong, and they cheat, and they lie, and they steal, and they use. And you say, but I didn't deserve that. And you don't deserve that. I don't wish that on nobody. But if you continue to attract those kind of people and those kind of experiences into your life, you got to look in the mirror and ask yourself, what is it about me? What is it about me that is attracting that? And until you make it personal, you won't resolve the issue. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow. I know that's a piece that a lot of people have a problem with. But If we're talking about true love, it's something that needs to be resolved internally. And you got to ask the question, what am I doing? Or what am I believing? Right? So the past is the past. And it doesn't have to have any bearing on the future. It doesn't have to have any bearing on the present, except for what you bring from it to the present and take to the future. Now, the most important thing you want to take is the lessons. Now, I'm going to be straight up with you. I messed up a lot when it comes to love, okay? And I know what it's like to live in regret and wish I could turn back the hands of time. And I've been studying time travel too, because I want to go back and fix some of that stuff. But that's another that's another video, okay? But I know what it's like to mess love up. And if you've been in a situation where you've had love and you've messed up, there has to come to a point where you forgive yourself, right? There has to be a point where you forgive the other person for what they've done. Without the forgiveness of yourself and the other person, you can't go forward. That can be a blockage when we talk about love. Are you harboring bad feelings? Are you still pissed at them for what they did to you, right? And that's not to say that whatever they did wasn't terrible and that, they don't deserve whatever karma they got coming, but it's not up to you to administer that justice. Let the universe handle that. It's up to you to find that peace and to take the lesson from it and take the lesson to the next relationship. Bring the lesson into the present moment, right? You don't want to bring that pain. You want to leave the pain, embrace the lesson. I just kind of felt like these are some of the things I needed to talk about when we talk about love. Because love isn't black and white. You just can't say, take these steps and then you will have love. If it was that easy, everybody be in love right now. But it's not. Love is a puzzle. It's a conundrum. It's an enigma. And it starts with you. You have to study yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. If you messed up, own it. I messed up. Right? And if that person didn't take you back or forgive you, be a better person the next time around. Understand that because you messed up before, if you got the lesson out of that, learn your lesson. Graduate from that experience. The next experience can be different. You don't have to repeat the same grade again. But you will if you didn't take that lesson. Oh yeah, because life has a way of having you in the same cycle again and again and again. Ain't that how it goes? You got me going in circles. Dun, 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 dun. Round and around I go. You gonna be going in circles if you don't get the lesson. So get the lesson. So when we're talking about love, let's do a recap, okay? About what I just covered right here. I want you to understand that when it comes to love, the first and most important step is to love yourself. Love yourself first. And that's a journey in and of itself. Is the journey to self-love. Do you love you? What do you love you? Well, what do you love about yourself, right? If you don't love you, nobody else will love you. Because people are only going to love you as much as you love you. And as it relates to the past, because if we've been living a grown life, we've had experiences, relationships, situationships, entanglements. Learn the lesson, right? Learn the lesson from the past. Leave the pain in the past. Leave the pain in the past and bring the lesson into the current moment and take the lesson into the next relationship. Take the lesson into the future, okay? Now, as I'm approaching 15 minutes, well, at least it's approaching 15 minutes. After I edit, we might be, But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, this video is turning out to be longer than I anticipated, and I think I'm gonna chop this up into two parts. Okay, so um, the main thing I hope that you get out of this video is that number one, there's no avoiding love. Okay, we are love, and we look to express and receive love. That's what life is all about, right? When we're trying to manifest, it's all in love. At the end of the day, we're just trying to find love in some capacity. And it's important for you to understand that love is yours for the having. It's yours for the having. If you want love, you can have love. Just be sure that you do that one piece and take care of self and love self first. Next, you want to be sure that you don't let the past relationships taint the future of what love is for you. You don't have to take the past into the future. If you still mad, you ain't ready. You aren't healed. Don't go into a new situation with the old baggage, because it ain't gonna work. You have to be healed in order to have true love in the new love. I hope that message resonated with you. Please remember to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in part 2 right here on Optimal Expression. Peace and love.